You've managed to diagnose an alternator, replace the alternator. But there's some more steps that you need to follow to make sure that that alternator lasts for a very long time and the electrical system, well, it's back up to snuff. Tip number one, well, it's to recharge the battery before you start the vehicle back up again. If the battery is discharged or has an extremely low charge, it can put extraneous loads on the alternator that could possibly damage it. And chances are, that battery being weak, that led to the original alternator failing in the first place. Before you ship that car back to the customer, make sure you check out everything with a scan tool. Make sure the ECU is properly communicating with the brand new alternator. Also, if you've replaced the battery, make sure you reset the parameters in the ECU for the battery itself. Tip number three, well, it may involve some reflashing. Make sure you're checking the TSBs and the latest calibration inside the ECU or the power control module. Dodge and also Honda are notorious for having new reflash software for these modules to properly manage the electrical loads on the system, the battery, and alternator. So make sure you're checking those TSBs and also checking the calibration number. I cannot stress this enough, but don't take the charging system for granted. Don't think that if you swap an alternator in and out that it's going to solve the problem. You have to look at it as a complete system. In other words, you've got to look at the battery, the power control module on the vehicle, and also the starter and other loads that can tax the alternator and also the battery. I'm Andrew Markel. Thank you very much.